Hello, hello. This is Adrienne, also known as Capricorntigress of Astrology, a look inside.com. So I'm coming, it is 1:58 a.m., almost 2 a.m. on November 28th. And I've just finished the Sagittarius reading for the new moon. And I literally could not go to sleep until I did Capricorn. I just can't go to sleep until I do it. And so what I'm doing for this month, I'm doing the intuitive readings. I haven't done them for a while, but I love the intuitive readings. I love the messages that usually come through. And this is a different kind of new moon for Capricorn because Sagittarius falls in our 12th house. That means there's a lot of things that are going on in the background, where it's not seen. And I'm not sure if you're going to see it or understand it either, because it's going to be something I think deeply personal, something that is hidden inside of you that may come to the surface. And I'm talking to myself because I, in Western astrology, am a double Capricorn. So I know that 9 degrees, well, in my case, 9 degrees Sagittarius actually falls in my 11th house because I've got Aquarius in the first house too. So I'm excited about that. And some of you Caps might also have Sagittarius in the 11th house, which is our hopes, dreams, and wishes, and also groups and people and others, dealing with basically clubs and associations. And I'm just worried about that because that's where the new moon is in my horoscope. But for most Capricorns, it's occurring in the 12th house or in our solar 12th house, So the 12th house is what they call the house of self-undoing. And I don't know if that's something, I'm really worried about it because I've had my own issues dealing with finances, and that's because Saturn's been in Pisces. And so some Capricorns might also be dealing with that because, if you've got Capricorn rising, it might also fall in your second house of money. So I think for this, though, with this new moon in Sagittarius, Sagittarius in general is about speaking our truth. Really, it is a sign that is about speaking out about what they believe in and their belief patterns and their maybe religion or politics or anything like that. It could be something like that comes to it makes, it shows up. Or it could just be about education or travel or your in-laws. That all is 9th house, foreign affairs, all 9th house, book publishing, if that's something you're into, all 9th house. And so all of these things might crop up over this period of time. So the next 2 weeks might be interesting for Capricorn, right? Because we're dealing with those issues, but we're dealing with them in the 12th house. So these are things that could lead to our undoing. So I'll give you my example of what I am already very conscious about, which is, I voted blue. I'm very Kamala. I'm very blue. If you listen to any of my pre-election videos, you'll hear that I talk very openly about my dislike of a certain person. But after this situation is going on, I wash my hands of it. Really, I'm not going to spend my energy there. And so this might be part of something that's going on because politics and religion and, all of those types of things like that, the law, the judicial system, all of those topics of conversation would fall under Sagittarius. And so I just don't want to talk about that in a way that would lead to my own self-destruction or downfall. Because I think a lot of people are just exhausted of the topic of politics right now, but that could just be me because it's in my, solar 12th house. So anyway, let's look at what the cards have to say and see what cards come out. And I'm so sorry, I don't know if you can see these things popping up over here. Anyway, so I'm going to pull some cards. Now, usually this takes a little bit of time, and so I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm just going to cut to the chase. So I'll be right back with the card that we pull. It's so funny, and I can't really explain it, but the way I find these cards is there's a light that comes to me when I close my eyes. And I know it sounds weird. This is why I call it intuitive readings, but I just want to say, Capricorn, that this card it shined so brightly in my mind's eye. So when I opened my eyes, it was sitting directly on this card. And I think this is a message for us. I know I've been very cautious about my health. Now, here's the weird thing. I just spent like 3, 4, 5 minutes talking about the 12th house. And the thing about the 12th house is that it is the house that opposes the 6th house. And the 6th house is the house of health. And I don't think this is a mistake that this card came up. So I want Capricorn to be particularly careful of your health. It says, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. And that is such a beautiful way to look at our physical body, that it's the physical vessel that enshrines our soul. And I'm not sure how this is going to affect some Capricorns. I mean, we're looking at picking out after Thanksgiving for most Americans. So we're going to be dealing with that and the guilt. I know for myself, because I purposely did not take my Ozempic, and I'm very open about the fact that I am on Ozempic. I've lost 170 pounds since going on Ozempic. But the thing is, I have type 2 diabetes, and I was 300 and some pounds. I mean, it was what it was, and now it is what it is. And this might be part of your message about taking care of your health and honoring the physical vessel that enshrines your soul. So let's move on to the next card and see what that message is, and if it is continuing on with this health, this 12th and 6th house emphasis here. Wow. Okay. So this really shone like in my mind's eye. This really was shining to me, because if you can see, I was almost all the way down to the bottom of 4,000 cards. So this is no mistake. And I got the sun. It's the success card. It says, enjoy self-fulfillment, good health. There it is again. Did you see that? Good health and vitality. You will receive help from external sources. So again, health. And this time it's saying good health. Also, the sun, although it is a sign of sure success, it is the card of vitality. The sun represents the id, the I am, which is the I am within us. It is our ego. It is our essence. And so it is our vitality, and in this case, our good health. So I love the idea that you got a health, in this case, good health card, but a health card twice, basically. And it's just showing Capricorn that whatever is going on, that I think you're leading into a period of vitality, which is definitely possible, because after Sagittarius season comes Capricorn season. So let's see what the next card wants to tell Capricorn. So far, I'm pretty excited by these health cards for Capricorn. So this popped up pretty strongly as well, and it landed on Sage, the Sage. Be devoted and committed. Whether this is some spiritual practice, perhaps meditation, EFT tapping, maybe being devoted and committed to your health or your body or whatever field of study you're doing. I think that this is a great message because the 12th house tends to make us go and veer off course. And Sagittarius likes to veer off course anyway, but Sagittarius is also known as the sage. And so I think it's no mistake that you got this message for this Sagittarius new moon happening at 9 degrees of Sagittarius. So 9 is a message of Sagittarius as well. And so I just feel that there might be a lot of studying and devotion, and that might be how it plays out. Like I said, Sagittarius tends to deal with our belief system and religion. And I just feel like education, because when I did the Sabian symbols, I'm going to create a separate video for that. But when I did it earlier and read those, it was about education, I believe, and reward. I believe that we're going to be rewarded for our education, what we know, what we don't know, what we can teach, or what we can share, or what we can gain in knowledge. I think all of that is important now, and perhaps that's how this 12th house Sagittarius is going to manifest, that we somehow become the sage and perhaps should be devoted and committed to that effort. I do believe that with Sag in the 12th house, the solar 12th house, that this would be an optimal time for prayer and meditation and any spiritual practice that you know or can put into place, because I just think that it's going to really latch on at this time because of the spiritual connection of the 12th house, which is the natural house of Pisces, in a square formation with Saggy basically in for Capricorn. I mean, that's so spiritual. And Sagittarius being in the 12th house it's setting something off. Okay, that's action with that square. It's a natural square when it's in that house. It's not naturally in the 12th house. It's naturally in the 9th house. So this is going to be interesting for some Capricorns. I just sense that it's a lot of some spiritual work that might be done over the next few days and the next few weeks, basically. Okay, so let's see what the next card wants to tell the sign of Capricorn. It was so weird. This hit my eye so strongly, and I kind of love that what I'm seeing here. It is saying to stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. And when I see this, it's a mermaid. If you look closely at her tail, it's so Capricorn. I'm just looking at this and seeing it, right? This is a Capricorn, basically. I mean, we are the goat with the fishtail. So here we are, Capricorn. Here's the mermaid sitting there looking over, looks like a rock, staring at humans, right? Staring at maybe someone that she has a crush on or loves, if this is the Little Mermaid or whatever. There's the castle in the background. There's a dolphin jumping over. I mean, it's like, if this is a story of something like the Little Mermaid or whatever, it is, because I mean, in the story, her wishes did kind of come true. So this is an amazing, just amazing that we have this here. And I feel like for some Capricorns, we might be clinging to the rock, you know, laying in the water, clinging to the rock, or afraid to go onto land or to get out of the water. Because I just saw the story the other day about a mermaid, and when she got out of the water, she got legs. And maybe this is the case here for this mermaid, but she's afraid to get out of the water, and therefore she's not developing the legs and not able to get over to the guy that she's obviously fallen in love with. So this is, I think, a special message for Capricorn, that we got to get up out of the water. We got to stop clinging to the rock. We've got to get up and stand on our feet and start walking toward our dream, our goal, our hope, our wish, and to stay optimistic. And like I said earlier, for me, I know that 9 degrees is in my 11th house. And I believe that is a special message for me to stay optimistic, because I mean, when I saw this mermaid, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that's definitely a Capricorn, because Capricorns have the fishtail, but we also are goats. And in order for us to climb up to this high castle, we would have to get onto that grass and start walking. Now, if what I saw in that little movie, that when these mermaids get out of water, they develop legs, then all she has to do is get from the comfort of her water to develop the legs she needs to walk up to the castle and introduce herself to this prince or whatever he might be. Anyway, I just think this is interesting, and I am definitely going to remember to stay optimistic, because that is, and also to stop clinging to my rock, because that is something that I do. I will not, you know, veer out of my comfort zone. So let's see what the next and I think final message is for Capricorn. So I just want you to know that before I go any further, that I am going to pull another card, but I cannot believe that I pulled this card. Because if you look up here, that this Nine of Swords, that this is represented by 10 degrees of Gemini, between 10 to 20 degrees of Gemini, June 1st to June 10th, but 10 degrees of Gemini. We are having a Sagittarius new moon at 9 degrees, almost 10 degrees of Gemini, or excuse me, of Sagittarius, which is opposite Gemini. So this is really strange. First of all, the Nine of Swords is a horrible card because it always represents that fear and that worry and that despair, and that something bad is happening, and nightmares and bad visions and bad omens and all of those things. Like, it's mentally unstable. It doesn't make you feel good. Nine of Swords is that kind of card. So it rules despair and cruelty, or Mars and Gemini, but also Annuel and Mikhail. I hope I'm saying that right. But if you look at this photo here, I mean, there's swords through every part almost of this person. And I just sense that this is something that would probably want to come toward you, maybe affecting your health or wherever this is. Whatever it is, I can say without a doubt that the new moon is opposing this. The new moon in Sagittarius happening in your 12th house is exactly opposite this. Exactly. That's why I'm shocked that this card came up. So it's the opposite of what I think wants to come in for you. But maybe this is something that you're fighting in the area of, I would think, your health, or I just want you to be careful with food, maybe, or something like that. You might be feeling some kind of despair when it comes to your health. Or I see there's a pain in her feet, which, you know, the head would be, in my thought, Sagittarius, and the feet, Pisces. And so I said, and also in the arms, there's Virgo, the shoulder and the arms. So, you know, this might be representative of the squares of the, you know, the mutable signs of Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini, and Virgo. And I just want you to think of where 9 degrees of each of those signs are in your own horoscope, because these are the areas that might affect you. Now, in my case, it's a fifth house, so I'm worried now about my baby, my daughter, and I got to make a video for her because her sun is at 10 degrees of Virgo. So I do feel that perhaps this is my personal message to make a video for my daughter. But if you have anything at 10 degrees of Virgo, or Virgo, see, look, my mind is on it, of Gemini, or 10 degrees of Sagittarius, or anywhere in between 10 and 20 degrees, then I really want you to take a good look at this and be really cautious about anything that you might do, any negative thought patterns, and to stay optimistic. That was one of the cards we got earlier, was for Capricorn to stay optimistic. And I really think this is an underlying message for this reading. Now, I cannot leave this reading like this, although we're at 20 minutes. And I did not mean to do long readings like this, but we have got to pull another clarifying card. I cannot leave it here. So let's see what the next card is going to be. So this is really interesting because we got conscious consumer, and the light hit me really hard, and I'm pretty sure it was this card because when I opened my eyes, that's where it was that I went to. And it says you have the power to heal and help the world with your decision to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade in organic goods. You live simply and you purchase only that which you need. So this went to conscious consumer, but I love that it has that you have the power to heal and help the world with your decision to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. Now, this is very 6th house. So I just sense that some Capricorns are going to be dealing with 12th house, 6th house issues, you know, maybe perhaps dealing with your finances or what you purchase, or eating well, or taking care of yourself, or just being conscious of what you're doing and what you're buying, and eating organically, and just taking care of your health. I just sense, Capricorn, that whole reading to me was just asking Capricorn to take care of their health. And I don't know what you might have done or are doing that would have messed with your health, but I do sense that this is an underlying message for you. So I'm going to leave it here, that this is your ultimate message. I think to be optimistic about it and optimistic about your health, but I do believe that this is some kind of health-oriented couple of weeks that you're going to go through. And this is especially so in 2 weeks when we have the full moon in Gemini, which will most likely be falling in your solar 6th house. So Capricorns, I hope this resonated with you. Again, remember, this was a general reading, so I can't say for certain if all of this resonated with every Capricorn. So take what resonated and leave what didn't. And I hope that if this did resonate with you and you would like to have a deeper, more personal reading, that you reach out to me, because I do personal readings, and you can find out more about what I offer by going to astrologyalookinside.com. That's astrologyalookinside.com. Go to our shop and check out our offerings there. Much love, much light, many blessings. This has been Adrienne, Capricorntigress of astrologyalookinside.com. Many blessings.